Are ghosts real? Can a bad soul enter inside of you and control you? When I had incomplete knowledge, I too was confused. Let's take this picture into account. So, see this picture. Carefully see what category do you fall in. So, if you are in the first category, definitely you can fall victim to the so-called bad spirits. For the second category, it is rare, and for the third category, it's impossible. Firstly, understood that there is no bad or good soul, and soul has no gender. You might have heard many men saying that their soul wanted a female body, so they went for a transformation. Soul has no role in it. Whatever bad or good or gender desires are in your subtle body, that is your mind. Soul has no role in all this. Soul is just a pure observer, and whoever reaches that level, his mind has become stable or zero. They are the so-called yogis as mentioned in Gita. That means the soul doesn't interfere in anything and doesn't do anything. Whatever people are talking about as your soul is your subtle body mind, whom they keep calling soul. No one knows what soul is. Everybody talks about the mind and they call it the soul. And you are a soul in reality. But because your mind is corrupt, you are not seeing your true self as soul. You need to have practical experience of being a soul. Only then you will know what is soul. I am just giving you theoretical knowledge, but without practical experience, you can't understand soul. So, what people say about ghosts as soul is also not a soul. Soul is null, zero. Those ghosts are also subtle bodies as mind, and they only will have a control on you if you are weak. They search for weaklings so that they can control them. They can never enter a self conscious person whom they can never control. Also, the soul can never be split into parts. If you focus on just one topic, like ghosts, then you don't have the complete knowledge. That is Bhagavad-Gita. So definitely half knowledge proves dangerous to those people. This Conjuring franchise is really worth watching. They say it's based on a true story. I started watching them alone. This is my second time. I won't deny there are frightening scenes and I have my heart pumping loud at some suspenses. But that is not the complete knowledge. So, welcome to Super Science University Bhagavad-Gita, which only can fulfill any of your wishes, aka the real Santa, and it will give you permanent happiness and your freedom in the end. And it is the permanent solution to any of your problems, the highest, most prime, secret, and the only complete knowledge, which is the source of everything and it answers every possible question. Please refer to Yatharth Gita by Swami Adgadanand, which is the only genuine and complete source of knowledge. So let's continue with my previous section. And in freedom, there are always dual options. If the soul wants, it can make both journeys in the world, in the body, in the bondage, outside the world, outside the body. These are both possibilities. And the experience of the world is the essential foundation of the experience of rising above the world. The experience of relaxation is impossible without the experience of tension. The experience of liberation is impossible without being unliberated. I keep telling a small story. I keep saying that a rich man, a millionaire, became worried after getting all the wealth at the end of his life. He became worried that he had not found happiness yet. He had thought all his life that money, money, money. He had thought that money would become a means and happiness would be the end. That means was completed, but there was no news of happiness. So after he got all the money, the means were collected, but no note was played on the veena of happiness. Veena is like a guitar or sitar. The means were collected, the building was ready, but the guest of happiness was not seen coming. No footsteps were heard. It is natural to become worried. A poor man is never able to worry. This is his misfortune. Even if he worries, it is for the means. How to get the money, how to get a house. For the first time in the life of a rich man, he started worrying about the goal because the means are complete. Now he sees that all the means have been collected, but where is the one for whom they were collected? So, until the thought of the goal arises in a man's life, he is poor. No matter how much wealth he has collected, it does not make any difference. The news of his becoming rich is received only on the day when he is ready to think. Everything is there from which happiness should be found. I thought, but where is that happiness? The means are complete, but where is that goal? The house is built, but where is that guest? That very day a man becomes rich. That is his good fortune. But very few rich men are rich. That rich man was rich because he was caught in a worry. He told his family that he had waited for many days and now he was going to search for that bliss. Till now, he thought that once he made all the arrangements, the guest of bliss would come. The arrangements were complete, but there was no trace of the guest. Now he was going in search of him. He went with many diamonds and jewels. He went from village to village asking people where he would find bliss. People said, "We are searching for it ourselves. We have reached this village in search of it." He used to ask people on the roads where he would find bliss. Those travelers would say that we are also fellow travelers. We are also out in the search of it. If you find out, then inform us also. The person whom I asked said that if you get any news, then please inform me. I don't know anything, I am also searching. So that's how he got tired, he got worried. Death started appearing near. There was no news of bliss. Then he was passing through a village and asked someone. A man was sitting under a tree. Looking at him, it seemed that perhaps this man could give an answer. Because the darkness of the evening was approaching, but there seemed to be some supernatural light around that man. It was about to be night, but there was a glow of morning on his face. He was caught hold of his feet, threw the bag of money at him, and said that these are diamonds and jewels worth billions of dollars. Please give me happiness. I want happiness. So that's how he threw the money all over his feet and asked. As soon as he said this, the monk ran away with the bag containing diamonds and jewels. So that was a suspense. Firstly, the monk raised his eyes and asked, "Do you really want it? Have you never experienced bliss till today?" He replied, "I have never experienced it." The monk asked, "Did you ever feel a little bit of melody?" He said, "No melody was heard." The monk asked, "Did you ever enjoy it a little?" The man said, "Don't waste time talking. You are the first man who has not immediately said that I too am searching for bliss. So tell me," the monk asked, "do you have not known anything?" Then the man replied, "I have no knowledge." As soon as he said this, the monk ran away with the bag containing diamonds and jewels. The rich man had not even thought of it. He ran after the monk and shouted, "I have been robbed. What kind of a man are you?" The monk was aware about the village but not the rich man. He started roaming in the streets to find the monk. The whole village gathered. The village also started running after the monk. The rich man is shouting, beating his chest, Tears are flowing from his eyes and he is saying, I have been robbed. I am dead.